Yo, welcome back, guys. So this channel is about looking to help others improve in chess. I play opponents on chess.com, rapid games. What I'm looking to do here is kind of document my journey as I improve in chess. So we have here the black pieces against a 1277 rated opponent. I always like to match the e-pawn. I'm now developing my knight to defend my e-pawn. I don't see any issue with developing my other knight right away. There is a trick here. He could have, maybe I can mention this after the game, but he could have jumped his knight down to the g5 square. Okay, here I'd like to develop my bishop, so I'm going to do that. Usually I try to develop my bishop as far as it can go. I realize that he can kick. It doesn't matter. He's now created a pin on his knight. I think I can just castle here, although if I castle, he'll pin my knight. I've got 3 pieces developed. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to prevent the pin. I'm going to prevent a pin from happening on my knight. So he's castled. I'm going to protect my pawn and open up a square for my light squared bishop. I realize he could take my dark squared bishop if I don't make an escape square for it. I'm realizing there's no longer a pin on his knight. I think... Alright, I'm going to develop my bishop and contest his bishop. Although that will double my pawns. Do I want to do that? Let's castle. Castle. He's attacking my bishop. If I go back, he can push his pawn again and re-attack it. I think that's okay, though. He's going to be able to take my dark squared bishop. All right, what do we want to do here? Can I jump my knight in? If I jump my knight in, he actually can't take that knight, because then, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump my knight in. He can't take that knight, because what will happen is my pawn, I can take back with the pawn, and that'll create a fork on his 2 valuable pieces. So I've got a really good knight now. There could be... Okay, so he's tried to do the same thing. I do think I'm going to take once. I'm going to take once. Get rid of that knight. That opens up my queen. And I'm thinking of sacrificing my light square bishop on the h3 square. Again, my goal in this channel is to kind of document my progress, and in doing so, I hope you guys can kind of learn from this process. If I take his knight, that'll end up just being a big trade, although he's probably going to push his pawn next move. Where does my queen want to go? Okay, so I realized if I think I'm going to develop my queen. Ooh, I might be able to push the. All right, I'm looking to push this pawn. I'm gonna push the F pawn because then I can force him to get that bishop out of the way. I'm not sure what else that does for me, but what can I also do? No, yeah, I'm gonna push this pawn. I think that's the right move. Okay, so I'm gonna take with check. Okay. I think I want to take his bishop. What if okay, I'm thinking of taking his bishop and then pushing my f-pawn one more square up. Other thing I could do is push the e-pawn, but not sure what that does. If I push the e-pawn, he takes. I can take back, unleashing an attack on his queen. No, I'm gonna just get rid of this tension. And now, I mean, it looks like his bishop is kind of locked away for quite some time. But my bishop is not doing so great. Okay. I think I kind of have to start developing my pieces. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. If I move my queen to this g5 square, what's going to happen is I've created a pin. If I can eventually get my bishop to attack the h3 square, that'll be very helpful for me because his queen defends it right now, but his queen defends the h3 square. Let's see if we can get his queen to move out of there. I also have to develop my bishop eventually. So he has doubled pawns, I don't. His bishop is kind of acting like a pawn at the moment. This is turning out to be kind of it's just a very closed game. It looks to me to be equal, but all right, can I push my pawn one more square? There's 3 defenders and only 2 attackers. Can I just play a very simple... I'm going to develop my bishop. That way I'm going to develop my bishop, connect my rooks, and I might try to double up on the f-file. Try to double up on the f-file. This is kind of it's a bit of a slow game at the moment. But I think my pieces have a lot of potential. Like I could, while I'm doubling my rooks, I might be able to do like a rook lift type thing. Yeah, so he just got rid of the idea I was having, which was to kind of pin that pawn. Ooh, what if okay. I'm thinking of pushing my c pawn, but the problem is if he takes back and then my bishop takes, yeah, I don't know if I want to open that up. I want to keep his bishop locked up. Let's continue with the plan. I'm going to move my rook up and then try to double up, maybe even do some sort of rook lift. I've got, it looks like I have more space than him, so I've got to be careful. I think I'm going to push this pawn again. Yeah, that's going to lock him up for quite some time. Also, he can't push his pawns very easily. At all. His attack is going to be very slow. So, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm winning right now. If I can double up rooks... Double up rooks. Yeah, this is where things might start going weird for me. I don't know what to do. I can attack his rook with my bishop, but I don't think that does anything. I'm gonna get my king out of this line of fire here. Now, do I want to? What do I want to take back with? Let's take back like this so that we stay connected. He can't push his pawn any further. I still think my bishop is better than his at the moment. Okay, he definitely wants to push that pawn, but it's not working. I'm realizing if I can get my bishop over to g5, that would be a fork. Yeah, I'm going to try to go for that. I can fork, I can skewer his queen and his rook on the h5 square. I don't think he saw it, so let's go for that one. And then en passant, now I think it's getting even worse for him. Yeah, so I think he missed that one. Yeah, I think we might be getting back on track. So whatever he does here, he's probably going to lose some material. What I don't want to do though. All right, so he resigns. Now what we can do here is let's go into the game review and see how we could have improved. See what kind of accuracy. We played 88%. It looks like we were kind of mostly winning, so that's good. And no blunders, misses, mistakes, but I did have 3 inaccuracies. So let's see what we could have done differently. This was a 4 knights game, Italian variation. So let's see. So I matched his pawn. Book moves. I develop my knight. He develops his bishop. I develop my knight. He develops his knight. Okay, so this move here, what I was mentioning is that if I had developed my bishop to this square, which is natural, I feel like he could have done this thing where the center fork trick, right? He takes my pawn, I take back, and then he does this thing. But then I realized that I guess his bishop would have been hanging, so it doesn't work. In that case, we are, looks like we're up, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah. Okay, so never mind, I missed that, but it's a minor difference. I developed my bishop, but the best move would have been to Take his pawn. Oh, could I have done the same thing back to him? Yes, I could have. So what I was just talking about that white could have done, I could have done the same thing. So I could have taken his pawn, he takes back, and then I fork him. At that point, he saves his bishop, and it's telling me not to take back, but I think the human response is to take back. Okay, so that's interesting. I totally missed that one. I was so worried about him doing that to me. So anyways, we develop our bishop. Best move was to prevent the pin. I pushed the pawn. Probably the best move is to castle. Let's see. No, it wanted me to take... Okay, so in this case here, by taking the pawn, or by taking his knight, we mess up his pawn structure. Yeah. Okay. I didn't do that. What I did here was I probably castled. That was a good move. The best move, again, is to take the knight. It's interesting. If you've been following along, most of my errors have been around not taking bishops, but in this case it wanted me to take the knight. Okay, so he attacks my bishop. I back it up. He attacks it again, and I defend it. Here, what I was worried about, and he didn't do it, but what I was worried about is if instead of developing his bishop, he actually moved his knight here, that would have been annoying because then I would have lost my dark square bishop. I'm not sure what I could have done to prevent that. He develops. I jump my knight in, but the best move would have been to contest his bishop right away. It does double my pawns. He jumps his knight in. I take back, which is the best move. He takes back. I pushed my pawn there. I thought that was the right idea, but the best idea would have been to take his knight with check. What's the idea here? Take the knight with check, takes back, and then push the pawn. I'm not sure how that's any different. So he attacks, I take. So we ended up with kind of the same thing. Next, I take his bishop. He takes back. I develop my queen. The best move would have been to develop my bishop. See, I'm doing all the right things. It's just kind of slightly in the wrong order. He moves his king. I developed my rook. But the best move would have been to push the pawn. Let's see what happens here. So, had I pushed the pawn, he's actually not supposed to take back. But let's say he did. Takes back, and then I would have like so much more space. Okay, that's not that bad. Okay. Yeah, that was an inaccuracy. What did I do? I pushed forward. Oh, hold on. I pushed forward. That was an inaccuracy. What did it want me to do? It wanted me to take. Take. That's also an inaccuracy. I don't get it. What does it want me to do? Best move would have been to just double up like I planned. Okay. He attacks. I get out of the way of the... I was worried about his bishop, but what I should have done is doubled up the rooks. Maybe the title of this one is When You Should Double Up Your Rooks. So he takes, take back. Now I doubled. No, wait, I think it wanted me to double. Okay, so at this point, what did I do? Yeah, so I wanted to hit him with this fork, and it ended up working. But what it really wanted me to do was go a5, because what happens is when you do a5, I think it just messes up his structure. Yeah, a5 there. A5 there just messes up his pawns, because if he takes, I take back, and I'm just kind of, yeah, that's a weakness. So he can't take back. He's probably, yeah, I guess he's just not supposed to take back. Okay, we're nearing the end of the game, so let's see. Yeah, now he made a big mistake, because then I can hit him with the skewer. He moves his pawn, which is even worse, I think. En passant, best move. And then he just gave up. But, I mean, at this point, we're up 5, so. All right, guys. So, if you liked the video, subscribe, hit the like button. And, yeah, again, we'll keep improving in chess and hope to keep documenting the progress. Take care.